Hi, family and friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Married to the Game. Today, I have a new friend that I did not meet in baseball, but is another baseball wife. Her name is Kaitlin. She is absolutely amazing, and she is a website creator extraordinaire. That is how I got connected to her, and she is the brilliant mind behind my new website. Caitlin, can you just share a little bit about who you are, who you're married to, and where you're living right now?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. This is the first time I've done a podcast, actually, ever. I'm so honored, and thank you. Yeah, a little bit about me. Actually, I'm kind of in a season right now where I'm like trying to figure out who I am, I guess.
Good.
And that's just kind of ever changing and a part of life I'm learning. But I'm a mom and a wife, and also a creative, so I wear a lot of hats. Um, I'm a website designer. I am a paralegal, and so I try and kind of mesh the two. And I recently just kind of niched down to support other female entrepreneurs, and so I love working with women in business. Um, and yeah, I'm married to the game. My husband is a coach, so um, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Tell us a little bit about Empower Her Solutions. First of all, I want to know where you came up with the name for it, because I have to just tell you, like, when I had seen, so let's go back. So there was a Facebook post for a group that we have, like MLB women or something like that. And Caitlin had posted that she was recently starting, taking clients on for her new business. And she was like, she gave a brief summary, but she's like, it's called Empower Her Solutions. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, this is so perfect. This is too perfect. I need to meet her and I need to hear more about it. But I actually didn't ever learn the story of, I guess, the branding behind it. So please tell us about that.
I love that so much. Yeah, so I was in marketing. I worked for Costco during high school and then right out of high school. And I was going to college at the same time. And I feel like I really loved connecting with people. I think kind of that sales, I mean, I don't want to say sales, but like connecting with people came easy and kind of meeting them where they're at came really easy. But I hated marketing and I hated having to like meet certain numbers and push things onto people just so that I could meet a certain goal that kind of Costco set for me. Um, and so I left that and I actually got into nannying, which I loved. And somehow I ended up working with a family who I worked with a mom who was very driven and she had some really big goals. And she needed a website, and I wanted to impress her. So I just kind of learned how to code on my own. I took a course online and
Okay, you just have
kind
to
of,
stop. You learned how to code on your own. That is crazy.
so for anyone who wants to learn, I originally started learning on udacity.com. It's just like a basic hub for courses. I took a front end development course, and it basically told me that if I finished within 3 months, then it would reimburse me for what I paid into the course. And so I was like, okay, why not?
Crazy.
And it paid off. I mean, it's a great skill to have.
Yeah.
I love the creative aspect, but I also love being a woman in tech, and it's a very male dominated field, so it's really nice to kind of bring the feminine edge to it.
Yeah.
And so I originally just started building websites for everyone. At that point, I was in my early 20s. And then just so many different things in life happened. I got married. I just kind of navigated different seasons in my life, I guess, and what I looked like during those seasons. Um, and so I stopped doing websites for a while. It got really overwhelming. I was kind of saying yes to every project, even if it didn't align with me. Um, and that just really burnt me out. And then I became a mom, and it kind of reignited like a new creative passion. And I thought, how can I do this in a way that feels really authentic to me, but that I'm also working on projects that like really excite me and that it's not like, oh, I have to log in and do this. It's actually something that where I'm like really excited to speak with the women and meet them. And specifically the baseball group, I feel like it brings an extra layer of community and we're all kind of trauma bonded at this
Yeah.
point. So it's been really nice.
Yeah. And then Empower Her, that was just like a name that you stumbled upon, or is that like
Um,
been like a
I wish I had an answer for you. I feel like I was kind of looking for something that felt authentic to me again. Um, and I kind of threw around some ideas that I thought were really great, and then I found they were already taken.
yeah, yeah.
And so I kind of sat on it for a little while, and it kind of just fell in my lap. And I really wanted something that came off strong and bold.
Mm,
Um, and I will still work with anyone. Like I'll work with a
yeah.
man,
Yeah. Sure.
definitely. But I just love the creativeness that comes with working with women, and also, where there's enough space for all of us, which I am really passionate about. And so if I can encourage other women and also empower them, um, and just kind of spread more of that, then I'm so down.
Great. I love that. That was the perfect answer. Okay, next question. What is you and your spouse's love story? How did you meet? Where did you get married? Whatever you want to share.
Well, that's actually my favorite thing to talk about
Okay.
ever in this world. So not to get too heavy, but before I met my husband, I was in a very long-term abusive relationship.
Mhm.
Um, and honestly, my husband was not really in the cards for me how I grew up. I didn't grow up with very strong models of what love looked like, or what healthy relationships in general looked like, let alone with a man and in a more romantic partnership.
Mhm.
Um, and I was actually engaged to be married to that person.
Okay.
And 3 weeks before the wedding, I called it off. My parents spent an astronomical amount of money on a wedding that they didn't get reimbursed for. But I just kind of hit a point where I knew that wasn't what I wanted. I knew I wanted kids and I wanted a family, and I didn't want to feel like that for the rest of my life. And so from that point forward, I was committed to being single. I loved it.
No.
It was just a season of my life that I felt so empowered. Um, and I just loved doing my own thing and not having to kind of run things by someone, or not even run things by someone, but not to have to like consider someone else
Yeah.
in my decisions. I loved being selfish in that regard and just kind of doing what made me happy when I wanted to do it.
Mhm.
Um, I bought my first house. I just like went full force into it. Um, and I was actually looking into sperm donors. I came across a book called Single Mother by Choice, and I was ready for that. Kind of like a separate note, I had some fertility issues that kind of led into that. Um, but yeah, I was ready to do life by myself on my own terms. And my friends, I think as a joke, set me up on a Bumble account. They always called me like a file cabinet when it came to dating. I was just very like, I've always been a hopeless romantic, but if a date didn't go well or like someone had a red flag, I could just very easily put the file in the back or like shred it and just on to the next. I thought it was so fun. And then one day, I don't even know honestly how I matched with him, but we matched on Bumble.
Okay.
And I mean, his profile photo was a college photo of him, so I don't know why I would have swiped. I don't actually know if I did. Um,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, and so we met online. I'm not sure if you have any experience with dating online, but
I do not. I I was able to find my husband the old school way, just through college.
yes, I
But I
love
know
that.
that's how so many people meet nowadays. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it was I mean, for anyone who has dated online, I'm sure that I'm not alone in this experience of like you have all these conversations with different people, and sometimes you totally hit it off on the first day, and then the next day you're just like, it kind of fizzled out.
Hmm.
Or maybe you meet them in person and it's like not the same vibe. But we FaceTimed for 12 hours on our first night. And then the next day, yeah, we were long distance at the time. I think it worked that like our distance had synced up. And so we matched, but he was out of state at the time that we matched.
Okay. Got
Um, and so, yeah, we FaceTimed for 12 hours that night, and he sent me coffee the next day. Praise the Lord. I knew he was at that moment. But we both booked our flight to Vegas at that point. That was our halfway.
Okay.
And we met in person for the first time that weekend. Not one person told me I was insane, which I still don't understand to this day. Um, but yeah, I booked myself a room at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, and I figured, if he's not cute or if we just don't hit it off, I am at a nice hotel and I'll just go get a massage.
Right. Right. I'll date myself tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fantastic. Both of us, that was the best weekend of our lives, and it was just kind of the starting point to everything that we have now.
That's amazing. And how long did you guys date before you got married?
Let's see, we dated we dated for probably a year.
Okay.
We got engaged, and then um, that kind of ties into baseball a little bit. So shortly after we got engaged, um, he got promoted with the Astros organization, and so we just very quickly ran down to the courthouse. Um, yeah, we knew that that was it for us,
Hmm.
and we wanted to make things official, benefits wise.
Yeah.
And we had a date set for November later that year to get all of our friends and family together. And then shortly after that, we found out we were pregnant and due in November. So that kind of, we never did the official wedding thing, but we don't really regret that at this point. I think it saved us a lot of money.
Yes, yes, it definitely did. Oh, wow. Well, thanks for sharing. I know that sharing vulnerable and harder parts of our life can be hard, but I will tell you that they are so powerful, and that is what this platform is all about. So thank you for just being honest and transparent. What is your funniest ballpark memory?
Man, I don't know if I have a funniest memory. I don't know if anything like super funny has ever happened at the ballpark. Um, I will say that it's my favorite place to be. I grew up going to ballparks with my dad. I had no idea what was happening when I was going to them. It was just nice to be there. And now it feels so nice to walk through the gates and they're kind of like family.
Yeah, that is
But
true. How the ballpark becomes home.
yeah, especially we're in North Carolina right now. We don't have any friends or family here. Um, and so I guess they kind of become family.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Okay, so you are obviously an entrepreneur. You are very, very smart, very wise. And so I was just wondering if you could share some advice that you have for someone that is maybe been dreaming of starting a business but doesn't really know where to begin, or someone that has just started that feels like, oh my goodness, why did I just do this? Like, yeah, just any advice in starting your own business, whatever you want to share.
Yeah, I think the biggest advice that I have is that that feeling never goes away. You, at every stage, you will question, oh my, like, is this what I should be doing? Should I be doing something different? With entrepreneurship comes a constant need to evolve. Um, and I think you're most critical of your own ideas. So I would say just jump in, just get started, like start somewhere. Um, I compare it to like when you were a kid and you had a really messy room and you just didn't know where to start. If you just jump in and you start somewhere, the more things that you hash out, the more other things have the room to fall like into place where they lie. So just do it.
Yeah.
Just jump in, do it. Join a community of women who support other women. There's enough room for success for everyone. So surround yourself with people who um, have more knowledge than you and that you can learn from, but that also want to see you succeed as well.
I love that. Just get started. Just take
Yeah.
the first step and the rest will follow.
It's like going to the gym, you know?
Yes.
You have to just walk in the first time and get it done, and then it will just kind of start flowing.
Yes. I love that. Do you go to the gym often? Are you like,
No,
no, okay.
no, no. My son is almost 2, and I haven't been to the gym since before him, but
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's off the table. I believe that you have your law degree, correct?
My paralegal degree, I'm a certified paralegal.
Yes.
I would love to go to law school. That was my plan, actually.
Okay.
Um, but my husband's career took precedence.
Yeah.
Um,
So share a little bit about that component with us.
yeah. So when I met my husband, he was in college ball. He's a pitching coach. And so we have made it to high A with the Astros organization. And with that comes a lot of travel, a
Mm.
lot of solo parenting, and we really had to put kind of all of our eggs in his basket, I guess.
Yeah.
This is what he loves. He's passionate about it. It is what drives him, and that's motivating to me because it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. But um, also with that, it meant that I couldn't pursue law how I planned. Um, you have to live in your state for 5 years before you can test the bar. And so we move around so much that that didn't really make sense to kind of um, go for one state when I didn't know if I was going to be there a year from now.
Yeah.
So I went the paralegal route, which still allows me to kind of make a difference. I'm involved in child advocacy in my state. So um, yeah, I still kind of dip my toes in the legal realm.
Mhm.
Maybe one day I'll be able to go to law school, but for right now, I'm good with all the hats that I'm wearing.
Yes. Yes. You are set. Okay. What would be your rose moment and your thorn moment just as being married to the game? Any component.
Yeah, man, that is so loaded.
Yeah.
I feel like I always come back to parenting and family life. Um, I feel so fortunate that I get to stay home and be with my son and um, raise him, and I get to experience all of his moments.
Mhm.
Um, but that's also 9 months out of the year that I'm doing it by myself
Yeah.
um, in a city where I'm not familiar with the city in general. I don't have friends here. My family is literally on the other coast, on the opposite side of the country. So it gets really lonely and isolating. Um, but I also feel guilty sometimes for feeling that way because I'm so lucky that I get to stay home and um, meet other incredible women and work on websites and do other things that fill my cup. But it is very isolating and lonely sometimes.
Yeah, I see that as like the war within us, right? It's like you're constantly so appreciative for this life that, so many people dream of having, but it's also like when you're lonely or when you're doing it on your own or when your son is bigger, I'm sure you'll enter into a like I have to miss the first T-ball game. I have to miss the school Christmas play. Like there's just things that they don't get to take days off for. And so I think it's just something that unless you're in it, you don't understand it. But what a gift to be able to stand in any situation on any day and say like I can see the good despite the bad. Like that will carry you into so many different situations in life that you're like, "Oh, I already know this rhythm. Like I've been learning this for decades now."
Yeah.
So,
And you say rhythm, I really do feel like it has shown me how resilient I am.
Yeah.
and how resilient like my family is, but like my toddler too. Um, I mean, I talk to my sister-in-law a lot when we're like going through a move and it's really overwhelming. And she says, like, I don't know how you do it. And at this point, I'm like, I did it the first time, so it's kind of down to a system at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think it has shown me what resilience does look like, and
Mhm.
that as a family, it's made us stronger because things just pop up and we just kind of look at it like, okay, now what? What do we do?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Um, are there any other, just during our time together, like misconceptions about our life in pro sports that you would like to talk about or dispel?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a big one that even I just get from my family or friends or like new people that I meet is that you kind of mention you're in professional baseball, and people who are not in it automatically assume that it's glorious and that you have a multi-million dollar contract and um, your life is just so luxurious, which there are definitely people in this world that have that, the top 1% in this world. Um, and I mean, we're not at the bottom. My husband is working hard to get to where he wants, which is ever changing in baseball. I feel like I don't want to call it a stigma, but I just feel like people on the outside have a very clear picture in their mind of what this looks like, that it almost makes it really tough to talk about the tough moments. Of like, we are living off of one income. My husband is a coach in the minor league affiliate. So when
Mhm.
we mention we're in professional baseball, it sounds fantastic, but there's so many different levels to that, that I feel like sometimes doesn't leave me a lot of room to be like as human.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the right phrase or like how I'm trying to get my thoughts across. Um, yeah, we're kind of just faking it until we make it most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And, working our way up just like you would in any other career. Um, yeah, and I think it's so funny that people ask him if he's like friends with Verlander or like, or like, no, not really.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I think all of it. I can remember um being embarrassed to invite like other moms with their kids to our random tiny apartment that would have like a rented couch or like a table from, like Goodwill that has camping chairs that you sit on to eat and like a folding table that holds up your TV. Like there's nothing glamorous about this space, but I'm going to invite you into it because you understand it. But the outside world like wouldn't really understand that mentality. I don't know. It's like you have to get over yourself all the time in this game. Like you just have to get over whatever stigma, whatever thing that you think that they're going to be disappointed walking into because they're not coming to like sit in a luxurious living room. They're coming to sit with you and to share and to not be lonely. And it doesn't matter if you're outside at a park or sitting in camping chairs around a random $10 table. Right?
That, oh yeah, that brings back so many memories of like how we first started in this.
Yeah. Mattresses on the floor.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to start a few rapid fire questions and then I'll give you some options for a this or that, okay? So, my first rapid fire question is what is your favorite quote?
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so cliche. But never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. That is like so cheesy. What is it from? The Cinderella story. But
Yes, Hillary Duff.
yes.
Lord,
Yep.
gotta love Hillary Duff.
Icon.
What is your favorite movie?
Um, oh, I'm not really a movie fan right now. I'm really obsessed with The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so Conrad or Jeremiah? What team were you on?
Conrad. Conrad.
Conrad. Team Conrad. Okay. Biggest, we'll call it self-care or like bedtime routine tradition that you can't do without.
The hottest shower possible.
Ooh, good one. Like scald your skin off hot.
Yes, like I need to get out before I pass out type of shower.
Okay, love it. All right, let's move into this or that. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Hat or no hat?
No hat.
Fanny pack or large bag?
Large bag.
Chocolate or gummies?
Chocolate. Both.
Yeah, sugar.
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Iced coffee.
Ooh, yes. Full face of makeup or mascara and lip gloss only?
Oh, if I have to choose, I guess mascara and lip gloss, but I typically don't wear makeup, so I'm team no makeup.
Team no makeup. Love it. Uh, this is ballpark food, okay? Hot dog or nachos?
Hot dog.
Pretzel or peanuts?
Pretzel with extra cheese.
Extra cheese. Okay. We when I had Carrie Kelly on, she was like, "I don't eat hot dogs. My favorite thing to get at the ballpark is vanilla ice cream with sprinkles." And I was like, "That is not a ballpark food."
To be honest, when I was pregnant with my toddler, all I wanted were ballpark hot dogs. So I don't know if I could actually eat them now. I ate way too many.
Okay, last question. Just because you spend so much time at the ballpark, what would be a stadium secret that
Well, I can't tell.
you could share that you can
I
share?
can't tell. A stadium secret. Um, hmm. No, they're all kind of different. You got to just figure it out when you're there. Um, be nice to the older folks who are there, like ticket checking, and bag checking. I feel like the nicer you are to them, the more freebies they give you.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
just like the better time it is. And if they remember you, they'll come track you down and like give you a ball or
yeah,
something fun while you're watching.
yeah. Take the extra 2 seconds and ask them their name and remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're in this world and you're like constantly going to ball fields, talk to them.
Hmm.
Um, and you'll be really surprised at who you meet.
Yeah. Okay. Kaitlin, it has been so fun chatting with you. And I haven't even known you that long, but I already told you, I was like, I feel like we're already friends. We've never met in person, but I just think you're so cool. And just for anyone that might listen at some point that's like, oh, I would really love to get a website created by Kaitlin or to look into her stuff, how can they find you and get in touch with you?
You can find me on Instagram at the real Kaitlin Wilkins, or you can reach out to me through my website, empowerhersolutions.com. Yeah, I think those are the easiest ways.
Great. And I will link both of those at the bottom of the blog so you can find Kaitlin. But thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll sign off. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.